Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people!
Yeah, fish. We can see him. Single.
Welcome to the show. This is The Odds Couple. It is Chapter 6, Week 10.
Big show
of the program.
10.
Yeah, it is a big show because we got Thursday night NFL action.
Yep.
With what might be the dumbest line of the year in college football and in the National Football League.
I know what you're talking about with the NFL. I know where you're going.
Could be
with
the
that.
dumbest
It's
line
a dumb
of the year.
line.
We'll
I
talk
would tell
about
That's
it.
where we're going.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Also, we got a college football game tonight. We got hockey tonight. That might be part of our free picks. Who knows? We'll have free picks at the end of the show. We got a top 5 today. The
Yeah.
top 5, we got that for you here today on the show. And we'll trends and stuff for SEC games, the Tigers, and just a whole bunch of stuff. Get you set for the weekend is what we do here on the show. We got some fish nuggets as well.
Oh,
yeah, it's a busy
Always
show.
love the nugs.
So let's introduce everybody. I'm Rob Fisher. This is Lang Whitaker next to me. Hello, Lang.
I still have my badge on. Happy Halloween, Rob.
Happy Halloween. That's right. I forgot to mention it's even Halloween.
It's a spooky Thursday
Yeah.
here in the studio.
Yeah.
None of us are going to go trick or... Well, CJ might. The rest of us will be here working tonight. None of us are... Are you trick-or-treating tonight, CJ?
Yeah. I'm going. I'm grab a niece and a nephew, and we'll go trick or treating. Then we'll go to the haunted corn maze out there at Shelby Farm.
It's supposed to rain tonight, right? Like
I thought the rain
I think
is
it's.
over.
I don't know.
I think it's clear
I think the rain
Is
is
it?
over.
for trick or treating.
I don't know. My son and all his friends are furious about this because it hasn't rained in a month,
Right.
and then it chooses to rain on Halloween of all days. So hopefully it blows.
This is a growth
blows through.
opportunity for your son and his friends. Disappointment's
true.
going to be a big
I'm
part of life.
confused.
They need to get used to it.
Are they going to melt? Send them kids out there. in the
Well,
rain.
here's the
They'll be
thing.
fine.
My son's costume, we talked about this on the Gary Parrish show yesterday. We showed photos of it. I made it. I made my son's costume. It's mostly made out of a paper material, foam coreboard.
Oh,
So, like, the water
could melt.
I mean, even if it doesn't rain, if we had perfect weather, that costume may not last an hour. Like,
Right.
it's literally held together by tape. So, we'll see if it lasts. I was like, all we got to do is get it on, take a couple
Well,
pictures.
what is the costume?
What is the costume?
Yeah.
He saw this on social media where kids are doing this now. You'll John Rosa will appreciate this.
I thought you were about to say he went as Bill Belichick.
No.
Like Ryan Clark. He saw it on the internet and was like, going to go as Bill Belichick.
He went as a young girlfriend. No, he went as a basketball card, a baseball card.
Oh, yeah.
So kids are doing this where you take a big piece of board, you cut out the middle, you make the outside look like a basketball card,
Right.
and then you have a back and you connect them. So we've been working on this for a month.
Yeah.
I've been doing little bits of it every day, using like rulers, tape to tape it off, painting it. It actually looks really good.
Cool.
But like I don't know how. Even today I was putting the straps on to hold it to his body. I thought about using rope, but then I was like, I tried the rope and it just kept like slipping back. I was gonna like knock him over. So then I got an old backpack and threaded it through and hooked it up so it's tight now. So I mean, all I needed to do is wear it long enough to take a photo. He's also the player he chose. He was like, I have to be somebody with like kind of blonde hair. So he chose Luka Doncic. So we had to get a Luka Doncic jersey and the whole thing. So I don't know. We'll see if it.
You sound like
works
a
or
good
not.
parent, man.
Rain should stop by about 4. So it's drizzling a little sprinkle right now, and then it'll be done by 4.
I was like, hey man, worst case scenario tonight, you're just going to be Luka Doncic, just no card.
Right,
you got
not
the
a card.
jersey. Yeah.
You see a shot against Minnesota the other night? There are worse
Yes.
people to be than Luka Doncic.
It's true.
John Roser,
Rob Fisher.
how are you, sir?
So, I have to admit,
Yeah.
I hope everybody else has figured this out. I've been kind of hinting at it.
You're married?
When you see, no, not yet. Not yet. 19-26 is my picks record.
Oh, yeah.
Except y'all, I don't think y'all caught on to it. I had some other people reach out and they said we've caught on to it. that it's opposite season. So every pick I've given, you're supposed to take the opposite, which is what I've been doing. So I'm actually 26-19, and you'd be way up on the season if you just be doing that. I am due for a 4-1 week. Yeah. I have absolutely sucked. I apologize to the United States of America.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's good.
It's been absolutely bad. The New York Jets, like, yeah, we'll get to it. I can't figure this crap out.
Is other Jacob doing this?
Other Jacob doing what? The
show?
Yeah, other Jacob.
I just sent him the pictures of it.
All right, other Jacob, you got the pictures. You can throw them up
Slack.
whenever you.
They're on the Slack. I know he's not a Slack guy.
Yeah, whenever you get them, just throw them.
Whenever.
Yeah. CJ Hurt, how are you?
I'm all right.
What's up, CJ?
I moved
great.
over 500 this week on the picks.
What is your character again? I heard you talking about it on Jessica.
Charizard, right?
No. He's like a flamby.
Who?
What?
A flamby. Aren't you a flamby?
What the hell is a flamby?
I don't know. Isn't that what you said you were?
Yeah, that's what. Wasn't that the cart? The
Or a
Gumby?
slaby?
I thought you were going to say slave. Stop talking, Rosa.
No,
I'm
whoa.
a Snorlax is what I am.
Snorlax.
I'm a Snorlax.
Flamby Snorlax.
And if you
Similar.
play Pokemon,
You're like
you know what the deal is.
75% male, 25% female, right?
Yeah, right. The Snorlax species, when they come out, for some reason, it's like 75% of the Snorlaxes that get born are male. So if you catch a female Snorlax, you got you a good one, and you need both the
This
male.
is a Pokemon thing?
Yes,
He's
Pokemon.
talking as if these are real.
I know,
like,
that's
in
why
the
I had to
world.
ask.
But
That's why I asked if we were talking about Pokemon
You'll need
or
a
not.
male Snorlax and a female Snorlax so you can breed them and get the pre-evolved form.
Get a
of
Snorlax.
I forget what the pre-evolved form is, but good guess. I don't think it's a Snorlax. Munchlax. Shout out to other
Snorlaxus.
Jacob.
Oh, my.
Munchlax is the unevolved form. So
X-Lax.
you'll need the egg, so you got to have a male and female, and the females are really hard to catch. But you can use a ditto, and those are genderless. So you can get the male Snorlax with just a ditto, and then they can breed and get you the Munchlax.
Munchlax, yeah.
Oh, look
There's
at
the
the
Luca
card.
card.
There's the costume.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yo.
That looks really good.
Thank
You
you.
did the name and everything?
I bought letters off Amazon, like 2-inch letters, stick-on letters.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
you went like all out on this thing.
I've spent so much money on this dumb costume, I can't even tell you.
Do you feel like Lang loves his son more than you love your kids right now?
Yes. That's exactly right. My kid's got an Optimus Prime mask.
That's awesome. Optimus Prime rules.
I didn't want to come right out and say it, but
Man. Oh, all right. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. And looking forward to a big weekend of football as we move into November of the football season, which is pretty hard to believe. Already week 10 of the college football season. So what are we looking forward to in week 10? One thing I'm not looking forward to, I'm upset about it. The last game on Saturdays at 7 o'clock.
yeah.
Really?
There are no 9 o'clock or 8:30,
Why is that?
9:30
Oh, 'cause
games on
it's,
Saturday.
It's time change Saturday night.
Is that why you
yeah,
think?
I bet that's why. It's daylight savings starts
That is
Saturday
the
night.
biggest hawk of crap that we still do that.
I agree.
Like, just keep the freaking clock the same.
When I run for president, John, and I don't say if, when I
Oh.
run for president, I have a platform ready to go that appeals to all people.
Yeah.
No reclining airplane seats, getting rid of the savings time change once a year.
Yeah.
Plastic straws no longer banned.
Oh, good.
I've got a whole list of things on my phone that when I run
What
for
about
president.
Super Bowl Monday?
Super Bowl Monday, yeah.
How-
We're going to move the Super Bowl to Saturday.
Cut taxes
Why don't we have
across
Super Bowl
the
Saturday?
board.
We got 2 weeks off.
And then
Why
you
not?
get Sunday off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good one.
Everybody's taxes are cut.
Sure.
Completely.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
and
whatever.
then that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm talking about real actionable items.
The issues.
Okay.
Not this other stuff.
Okay.
Taxes,
The NBA referees are not allowed to call more fouls than minutes played. They are not
got
allowed
that.
to have it where more free throws are taken than minutes played.
When a coach-
when that happens, that's how we get a 2.5-hour Grizzlies Nets game
Or
on
when
a
a
Wednesday
coach
night.
gets a technical foul, all of a sudden you start calling everything the way he asked for
Right.
it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah.
Yeah. All
we're
right.
getting
So I'm.
So the latest game
So
is,
the latest
uh,
game's at 7 o'clock.
seven.
They
Yeah.
got
So
a
what
few
are we?
7 o'clock games, and that's
what,
it.
what are we looking forward to?
Yeah,
here?
what are we looking forward to?
I mean, it has to be Ohio State, Penn State. It's a top
Right.
5
What are you
matchup.
talking about? We got the best rivalry, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party is this weekend.
We do. I would. I would really say.
Ohio State, Penn State.
I'm looking forward to Ole Miss Arkansas I'm looking forward to that more than I am Ohio State Penn State. I feel like Ohio State Penn State has great potential to be it could be a very close game.
14-10.
I feel like it could be very boring. Ole Miss Arkansas, go look at the history of that game, and it is not boring. It is never boring.
I as a sicko, also I'm honestly very excited about Vanderbilt Auburn.
There you go. I like it. Vandy can get bowl eligible.
Wait a second. I've said that in the past, and y'all were made fun of me.
Well, look, Fish, you were ahead of your time. It's
Auburn.
okay.
You said
you were ahead of your time.
It was an exciting game. I'm excited about. You said Vanderbilt, like that was week 1. Yeah. This one is exciting. This is like this bowl eligibility on the line for the
and
Commies.
they're underdogs.
Against
and
Hugh
they're
Freeze.
7.5-point underdogs.
Diego Pavia, who has killed Hugh Freeze the last couple of seasons.
Throughout his life. He's like the Michael Myers to Hugh Freeze.
He really is.
Every location that Hugh Freeze has gone.
He absolutely is. This is why we should have Bennett Doyle in here. He's dressed as Michael Myers.
Well, I thought he was one of the dancing, the Jabberwockies.
Ole Miss Arkansas. I don't know if you have this on your Nuggets. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Ole Miss Arkansas. Ole Miss has only won twice in Fayetteville.
Rosebud.
They've been playing since like 1990, 91. Mm-hmm. They've only won twice in Fayetteville. In fact, in the last 10 meetings that they have had between these two schools, not just in Fayetteville, but the last 10 meetings total, Ole Miss has only won once against Arkansas by more than 7.
And they were
the line is 7. They won by 7 exactly last year, but that's not a win. That's not a cover. That's a push. They've only beaten them by more than 7 one time in the last 10 games.
They've been favored in all 10.
Yeah. And they're 4-6 straight up.
Yeah.
Arkansas has won 6 of the last 10. Ole Miss has only won twice in Fayetteville. Arkansas, after a down week against LSU. Mississippi State's a team we thought had been playing a little bit better. They played tougher against Georgia.
Yeah.
They played tougher against Texas for at least about 2.5, 3 quarters before they didn't have enough. So thought maybe Mississippi State was getting better. Arkansas kicked the crap out of them. That was a good bounce back. That LSU loss could have been tough for Arkansas, but they bounced back.
Yeah. Lang, what are you looking forward to? The
Georgia
cocktail party?
Yeah.
Cocktail party.
I mean, Florida has been a little bit interesting the last couple weeks. Really, ever since Graham Mertz got hurt, they've been scoring points. Lagway, I think they put up 40 last week. So like, I don't know. Maybe there's something there. And that game's always weird. Like things happen in that game.
But has it been recently?
Yeah, y'all have kicked the crap out of them.
Georgia, 2 of their starting defensive backs are suspended for the first half because of the Texas game.
Right.
When those refs were making those terrible targeting calls down the stretch. So I don't know.
I thought they stayed for the F1 race the next day.
With Matthew McConaughey.
Maybe jumped in a car or something.
Glenn Powell.
That's what they like to do.
Yeah.
CJ, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
In college, I'll give a game nobody said. SMU Pittsburgh that has major ACC implications and like college football playoff implications. Also, Pittsburgh still has to play Clemson, but they went out there. Both of these teams went out. Starts with this week for both of them. But if they went out, I think Miami gets bumped, right? Because I think if SMU, I'm pretty sure if SMU wins out, then Clemson wins out. Miami is a team left out if there's some sort of a tiebreaker. So there could be a scenario where you end up with an undefeated Miami, not just undefeated in the ACC, but undefeated in like the nation out of their conference championship game. And in the NFL, got another big one in the NFC North. You got the Lions taking on the Packers. Both of them have been really, really good this year. I'm excited to sit down and watch that this weekend.
I did see a scenario this week. Some Georgia fans were talking about. So this could happen for the SEC champ. Like if Georgia wins out, Texas A&M wins out, LSU wins out. Georgia would be 11-1, 7-1 in the SEC. Texas A&M would be 11-1, 8-0 in the SEC. LSU would be 10-2, but 7-1 in the SEC. And Texas A&M and LSU would get the rematch, would get the game because of Alabama beating Georgia. So in that scenario, Georgia would be sitting there 11-1, 7-1 in the SEC, and you don't have to play in the SEC championship game and get beat up.
Yeah.
And then Georgia would get to have a home game against a group of 5 team to start the playoffs. So that would kind of be the best scenario for Georgia, is if Texas A&M and LSU can win out the rest of the way.
We're going to have, it seems, I mean, who knows? Every year, everything seems to work out just fine. But it seems like we are going to have chaos when it comes to these tiebreakers in these conferences because they've done away with divisions.
Yeah.
So that's made it very difficult. I think the easy way to fix that would be the the ranking. Take the ranking.
Which ranking?
The college football playoff ranking.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that your ultimate goal, to get teams in the college football playoff?
But they're biased with those rankings. Like,
That's
no,
right.
just you got to deal with the tiebreakers. Maybe change your tiebreaker rules, but do your tiebreakers.
Or go back to the divisions.
And we're going to have results on the field, because results on the field still really haven't mattered that much when you look at what rankings are currently.
I just wish they would just do the same tiebreakers for each conference.
Yeah. I think
let's just have a universal tiebreaker.
Yeah.
CJ, you mentioned SMU Pitt.
Presidential platform.
If you look at SMU, they did not cover the spread last week, but they were -6 in turnovers. To be able to win a game and be -6 in the turnover differential is crazy.
The only other team to do that this century
has been Marshall in 2011 against the Memphis Tigers,
right.
Larry Porter team. SMU started out the season, they beat Nevada 29-24 to start the year, and SMU was supposed to be really good, and they lost that one, and it's like, well, they didn't look very good in that, but maybe, they just traveled out to Nevada, sleepwalking a little bit. Their second game, it didn't matter. It's a nobody school. And then the third game, they lose 18-15 to BYU. At the time, we were like, SMU, again, they didn't look good against Nevada, and now they don't look good against BYU on their home field. Like, what's going? This is before we realized how good BYU is. But since then, like SMU, they've 66-42 against TCU, 42-16 against Florida State. They win at Louisville, kill Stanford, and then -6 in turnover differential, and they still win the game. Like, I think they've improved a bunch. Pitt obviously has been a much different team this year, especially on the offensive side, not what we're used to seeing from a Pitt team on the offensive side. And Pat Narduzzi, I'm with CJ. I think that's a good call on being interested in this.
I'll go ahead and give you a free pick. Taking Pitt. That's too many points.
Taking Pitt, too many points. Taking Pitt, too many points. SMU and Pitt. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, let's take a look at the schedule for the upcoming weekend in the Southeastern Conference. Ole Miss and Arkansas. Ole Miss, a touchdown favorite against the Razorbacks on the road. You have Vanderbilt, a touchdown dog at Auburn. Georgia, 16.5 over Florida in the cocktail party. South Carolina is only a 2.5 point home dog to number 10 Texas A&M. 2.5. Remember last time I thought that was stupid when LSU was ranked 10th in the country and went to South Carolina.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call. I'll throw you a free pick right now.
All right.
Mississippi State -18. They're going to kill UMass. As long as they care, they're going to kill them. Yeah, in Starkville, that Mississippi State team's been getting better. They got killed by Arkansas, but whatever. Like, they're going to kill UMass.
Okay.
I like that pick.
Yeah. That's got 51-13 written all over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, UMass is awful. And then the Memphis Tigers this week, they are on the road as they take on UTSA. The Tigers are a 7-point road favorite with the total at 61.5. Tigers coming in at 7-1. Boy, don't feel like it. UTSA at 3-5. All right, let's take a break here on the Odds Couple. When we come back, we'll look at the SEC weekend. We'll break down a couple of the games, and then we'll also break down the Ohio State-Penn State game and the Tigers against UTSA. That's all next here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
This is the Odds Couple. We welcome you back to the program.
Damn.
Coming up, we'll talk a little Shield as the Shield weekend gets underway tonight with a matchup between the Jets and Houston. Also, we'll talk about, we got some fish nuggets. And then we have our top 5 today. That's coming up later in the show. And free picks.
Free
that
picks.
We'll have for you on the show as well today. But first, let's look at the weekend in the Southeastern Conference, starting with Ole Miss, touchdown favorite at Arkansas. The total in that one is 53.5. Ole Miss 20-32-1 against the spread, their last 53 against SEC opponents. 28 of their last 38 have gone under. In fact, all 7 of their games this season have gone under the total. Arkansas, meanwhile, has covered 6 of their last 8 games. They're 25-9 against the spread as an underdog, and 9 of their last 13 as a home dog have gone under. But here are the important numbers for Arkansas and Ole Miss. Arkansas is 10-1 against the spread in the last 11 meetings between these two teams.
Yeah.
Arkansas is 10-1 against the spread at home the last 11 times they've played in Arkansas, and 5 of the last 8 at Arkansas under. It's been a crazy series with crazy games, crazy finishes, and Arkansas always seems to cover. Ole Miss has been a favorite in the last 10 games. Arkansas has covered 9 of those. I'm picking. I'm going to pick Ole Miss to win 27-24. Arkansas will cover.
Wait, do you have a...
You do not have a pick on this.
Okay.
No, I do not have a pick on this.
Also, I also do not have a pick on this, and but I would pick it for our purposes on this show.
You going to make it a free pick?
I mean, they're all free picks, aren't they?
Whoa. Free picks are only free picks if we say they're free picks.
That's right.
Well, you're going to ask me if I'm picking or parking, right?
Yeah, pick or park.
All right, I'll pick.
Okay.
Does that make it a free pick?
There you
Free
go.
pick.
And you know who Ole Miss plays next week?
Georgia.
Georgia. You know who Ole Miss is probably thinking a lot more about than Arkansas? Georgia. I'm going to take Arkansas in this game. I think Ole Miss wins, but I also think Ole Miss, they're like one loss away from being out of this thing and being what Florida State was last year, like just being having to show up to one of these bowl games where it doesn't matter, and you know, fielding a team of half of NIL guys who are just cashing their checks and not even showing up for that game. So I think Ole Miss is going to lose one of these last 4 games. I don't know which one. I think they're right on the cusp. I just don't trust Lane Kiffin to keep them motivated and focused for the last month of this season.
Johnny?
I've got a pick on this game.
What does that mean?
So I'm going to sit this one out.
Are you petting a dog?
CJ?
I will say, as we open up for the first time today, the workplace slate
All day.
notebook.
Every day.
Ole Miss only allowing 16.5 points per game versus SEC teams, fewest in the conference. Only one SEC team has scored more than 20 points against Ole Miss this year, and I do believe that was LSU. You brought it up, Rob. Arkansas so far on the year, they're 6-2 against the spread, though. I also have a pick on this game.
Oh.
Sit it out.
There we go.
Auburn is a touchdown favorite against Vanderbilt, a good Vanderbilt team, a bad Auburn team. Auburn is a touchdown favorite against Vanderbilt. Auburn 23-15 against the spread as a favorite. Vanderbilt is 7-13 against the spread. Their last 26-13 against the spread when they play teams with a losing record. Now, head-to-head, Auburn has covered 5 of the last 7 meetings. Auburn's won 15 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams, and the last 5 between these two teams have gone under. Auburn, touchdown favorite against Vanderbilt, 48.5. Lang.
I'm all over this one. I'm picking it, but unfortunately, this game was one of my picks, so I will be sitting this out.
Okay. Roser?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pick it. I don't have it as a pick, so I'm going to pick it. Pick it or park it.
Is this a free pick? Is it a free pick then?
It's a free pick if I say free pick. I just said I'm picking it. I didn't say free pick. I said I'm picking it.
But I thought
I'm picking it. Give me those points. Give me the points. I want the 7 with Vandy. I'm taking the points. I don't think I'm going to need those points. I think the Commodores are going into Jordan-Hare, and they're going to get bowl eligible this weekend.
All right. Wow.
Go Doors.
Straight up. You're going
Go
with the
Doors.
Doors. All right. CJ.
I think Diego Pavia is one of those once-in-a-generation quarterbacks for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? He's special. Not Dan Marino.
For Vanderbilt.
the way you laughed while you said once in a generation, I knew something was up.
For Vanderbilt. He's just a playmaker, man. I don't trust this Auburn team who struggled taking care of the football for majority of this year. I will take Vanderbilt plus a 7, and I'm with you, Roser. I would take Vanderbilt straight up as well. I think Vanderbilt gets bowl eligible.
That was that qualifier was almost as great as when Myles Garrett said that Deshaun Watson's been an incredible man off the field for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
Except for those 25 to 30 instances where he wasn't.
Yeah. I think the line is stupid. It doesn't make sense that Auburn's favored by a touchdown, so I'll take Auburn minus the 7.
Wow.
Against Vanderbilt this week. Yeah, I don't like it even, but I'm going to do it.
Is it one of those? Right? It doesn't make sense,
right?
Yeah. And so I'm taking Auburn minus the 7 because that line is stinky.
I think somebody's stuck on the elevator.
Cool.
Always a good sound.
Is that what we just heard?
Yeah.
Is it someone screaming? Because that's what I did when I got stuck on the elevator.
If you push somebody should be coming to push the
No, they're good. It was just they were probably loading something.
Okay. All right.
All right, Georgia, Florida, the cocktail party.
I've been stuck in that elevator 3 times this year.
Georgia 6. Georgia 16.5 against Florida. What'd you say that's down to? 15?
15 now.
I got stuck on the elevator my first day ever working here. I was so embarrassed. I'm like hitting the button to get off, like, and it finally opens up. Good thing it was like summer league time, so not as many people were in the office, but there were a couple people there, and I get off the elevator, and they're just like staring at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm new. I don't really know what's going on.
Were you sitting on
what
the floor?
What kind of elevators you guys got here?
Yeah, I'm new. I don't know what to do.
He peed in the corner.
When they opened the door for me, I was sitting on the floor. I was sprawled out on the floor.
Were you meditating? Were you?
I was just hoping to get out of there. And I did. I got out of there pretty quick. All right, Georgia, Florida, 15 now, apparently. For Georgia, that line has jumped. Georgia 15-7 against the spread as a neutral site favorite. This one, of course, being played in Jacksonville. Florida 4-11 against the spread at a neutral site. 11 of the last 14 for Florida have gone over. The favorite in this matchup is 7-2 against the spread. Georgia, of course, is favored in this one, and 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone over. I'm picking this one. I'm picking the total. I'm going over the total, over the 52.5 for Georgia and Florida. If I was going to pick a side, I think I'd pick Georgia, but I'm going with. As a matter of fact, I got 42-24. So
it's too many
Georgia.
points for me. I'm parking it. The one thing I would say is, Florida was so bad at the start of the season, and I watched a lot of their games. And then if you pay attention, we were all ready for Billy Napier to get out of there. Mm-hmm. We thought he was done. They've won 3 of the last 4 games, and the one that they lost was Tennessee. They lost by 1 score, 23-17. They put up 48 on Kentucky last week, who's pretty good.
Yep.
I feel like maybe they've turned a corner somewhat, and they're competent at least now. I think this might be. I don't. If I had to pick somebody, I'd probably pick Florida.
Okay, Roser.
Okay, so this line has come down now. You can get it 14.5. So that line
plummeting. What does that mean?
If I had to take something,
somebody hurt.
I would probably do Florida under 17.5 points at -125. I'd take their under under 17 and a half. If you want to do under 16 and a half at plus 110, I think that's fair too. I think Lagway against Georgia's defense, that's a recipe for disaster. Like, that's, to me, I don't see how Florida scores in this game. So I look at their team total. If I had to play the side, I'd play Georgia too. You know what? Let's pick it. Let's take Florida's team total under 17 and a half. Let's take Georgia minus the 14 and a half. Now I can get it at. I'll say Georgia wins this game 34-9.
Go Dogs. CJ?
Actually, 34-6.
Is anyone going to work in a Florida-Georgia line reference here?
I'm
go ahead.
unfamiliar with them. Who are they?
Well, I think Georgia cruises to a victory.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You don't want me to sing that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Baby, your song, you make me want to roll
Nelly.
my window down and cruise. Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah.
I rock with that song.
Yeah.
I also rock with the Bulldogs over here. I know that they are 2-5 against the spread on the season, but I feel like when they're motivated to and when they want to, they can. Right?
Yeah.
They wanted to beat the hell out of Clemson. They went out there and did that. This is a big time rivalry game for Georgia. I will take Georgia laying the 16 and a half, or especially if they're only laying 14. Give me Georgia. I still don't think this Florida team is any good. I think Kirby Smart is a much better coach than Billy Napier. He'll have his team ready to go in this big-time rivalry showdown.
All right, big one in the Big Ten this week. Number 3, Ohio State, or number 3, Penn State. Number 4, Ohio State, going at it. Ohio State, a 3.5-point road favorite in Happy Valley. Total at 45.5. Penn State 12-1 straight up their last 13 games at home. They are 6-2 against the spread the last 8 against Ohio State, and 8 of the last 11 between these two teams have gone under. Ohio State, 10 of their last 13 against Big Ten opponents also have gone under. So maybe the under 45.5 seems to be the trend. I want to see if James Franklin can finally win a game that you can hang your hat on.
Yeah.
I like to think the trend would say no, but I'm going Penn State. I'm going Penn State. I'm taking the points. They're playing at home. This is the team. This is the team that James Franklin gets it done with at Penn State.
What if he just can't get it done?
Well, then I'll be wrong and lose money.
And
I'll be upset about it. And I'll be angry at James Franklin.
Sit this one out, Rob.
Oh, you got a pick on this one?
Because I have a pick on this is one of my 5 picks. I'm 8-2 the last 2 weeks on my picks.
Yeah.
And I feel strongly enough about this game to include it in my picks. I'm sitting this out. One thing I would just point out, go watch some of the press conferences this week Will Howard has done, quarterback of Ohio State. Grew up in Pennsylvania, wanted to go to Penn State his entire life, and they didn't offer him a scholarship. And that man is not happy about it. And if you watch some of those clips of him this week, he is pissed. So, I don't know, that influenced me a little
motivation?
bit. Yeah, maybe.
All right, Roser?
Anyway, I have to sit this out.
I've got a pick on this game. So
what does that mean?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Okay. CJ.
I think Drew Aller is pushing the ball down the field just enough to keep defenses a bit more honest than they've been in years past, and makes his offense explosive enough against a good Ohio State team to be able to, make some big plays here or there and get some points on the board. So often in the past, when Penn State has stepped on the field offensively, post Saquon Barkley, post KJ Hamler, they've needed to be more methodical. And against a good team like Ohio State, they're not just going to let you drive 60, 65, 70 yards down the field and get scores. You're going to have to get some of those chunk plays. I think Penn State's offense can do that. That Penn State defensive line and their front seven, I'll throw the linebackers in there right now, also playing at a really, really high level. I'll take Penn State plus the points, and I think Penn State wins straight up.
All right.
What happens if Drew Aller doesn't play or gets hurt again?
They're in trouble. What do you mean?
Well, I will cash out.
That's the thing. They're in trouble.
Throwing it out there.
Is he? I think he's supposed to play, right?
They supposedly
That's what I
they
heard.
haven't said anything. The school hasn't said anything. He's been practicing supposedly this week.
Okay.
But who knows?
College football is they'll act like somebody is playing, looking at you, Cam Rising, and then all of a sudden he's not. They act like somebody's not playing, and then all of a sudden he is. I would expect Drew Aller.
Drew Aller's young.
There.
Cam Rising's in his 40s, so
Yeah, that's a good
rules
point.
are a little different for him.
He can't play back-to-back weeks. He's got to rest.
That's right. Memphis Tigers, 7.5-point favorite at UTSA this weekend. The total is 61.5. Memphis 8-15 against the spread on the road, 13-22 against the spread as a favorite. 22 of their last 31 have gone over. UTSA, meanwhile, 24-2 straight up their last 26 games at home. And they're 4-2 against the spread their last 6 at home as well. And 5 of their last 7 have gone over. The last meeting between these two teams, UTSA won and covered. That game was in Memphis. I'll pick it, and Memphis Tigers are on the road, so I'll take UTSA plus 7.5. Anything over a touchdown for Memphis, I got to go the other way. I mean, they just allow teams to stay in games. They play at the level of their opponent. They don't blow anybody out. They'll allow them to score. So no reason to think that they'll cover 7.5.
61 is a huge
number.
I was thinking taking the over because UTSA scores a lot of points. They've lost 3 of their last 4. I think Memphis has got to win this game by more than a touchdown. UTSA is 3-5. Memphis is 7-1. But I'm staying away from this.
So is Charlotte.
Getting out. I'm out.
You're
I'm
out?
Parking.
Parking. All right, Roser, pick it, park it.
Park it. I ain't betting on Memphis to do anything. I have no idea. Touching a Memphis game, especially them as a road favorite.
No dice. CJ.
I'm with you on the Memphis as a road favorite. I will take UTSA. These are the 2 best third down.
Why do you guys hate Memphis?
Because they let me down last week.
I don't hate them. I'm just not. I root for them. I'm just not betting them.
That's just smart gambling right
Yeah,
there.
I'm all for them winning, 35-28.
I parked it. I didn't even want to get in.
I'm not touching it.
These are the 2 best third down defenses in the American right now. So it'll come down to that down. Who can move? Who can convert there? Who can continue to move the ball down the field? UTSA is also 5-3 on the overs on the season. Memphis is only 3-5 on the overs, but UTSA, to your point, Lane, can score. I will take UTSA plus the 7.5. Memphis win straight up and give me the over of the 61.
That's the best third down defenses in the American.
Top 2.
Alert the 2000 Ravens.
Closer. It's the American. It just means something.
Yeah.
It means something.
All right, let's take a break here on the Odds Couple. We will come back and we'll get into the Shield. Which the weekend starts tonight with the Jets and the Texans. And there's a stinky line that we'll talk about. And we'll have picks, free picks coming up. We got a top 5. We got Nuggets. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. This is the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Justin Timberlake. I'm bringing sexy back. The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now. If I get jealous, I can't help it. For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Odds Couple. We are back with you, talking football, getting you set for the weekend.
Sing along, fish.
In both college football And in the National Football League, and speaking of the National Football League, it gets started tonight with the New York Jets, a 2-point favorite over the Houston Texans. The total of this game is 42. The Jets, their record is what, 2-5? 2-6?
Know. They're pretty
Something
bad.
like that?
I'll tell you that.
2 wins. I know that. The Texans, I believe, have 2 losses.
Jets are 2-6.
2-6, and the Texans are 6-2, 5-2.
6-2.
6-2. Jets are a 2-point favorite over the Houston Texans tonight. The Jets are 4-14 against the spread their last 18 games. They are, however, 7-2-1 against the spread, taking on Houston. Houston, 6 of their last 7 have gone under, and they are 4-10 against the spread when they play on Thursday. This line stinks.
Jets -1.
Jets minus anything is
Total-
stupid.
What would you say the total was?
42.
42.
Well, I mean,
I like the under. My reasoning is I think the Nico Collins and the Stephon Diggs injuries, those catch up to you eventually. The Jets defense has gotten worse since they fired Saleh, so I am aware of that. But I also think the Texans offense, that takes another hit with Diggs out. You may get a lot of Mixon on the ground. So, I mean, that eats up clock there.
Free pick, Joe Mixon touchdown.
And as for the other side of things, Rodgers isn't good. He's not that – he's a bottom third quarterback in the NFL. He's probably anywhere from – if you're taking quarterbacks in the NFL right now, he's probably anywhere from – he's 20 to 32. He's in that range. So he's not very good anymore because he cannot move and he doesn't want to get hit. And DeMeco Ryans – I've seen DeMeco Ryans against Rodgers. I've seen that. He'll get after him. He will. He'll get after Rodgers. So.
I think the line is -1 in favor of the Jets because of those 2 wide receiver injuries, Roser.
Yeah.
I will say, though, going back to the notebook, Texans have held 4 of its last 5 opponents under 21 points per game. The Jets are the first team in NFL history to score at least 20 points, have no turnovers, allow fewer than 250 yards in a game, and lose. Previous teams to do that, put up those types of stats, were 750-0. They were undefeated. And the Jets went out there and lost. I would take the Texans plus the points. I'll take them straight up because I think that you can, with C.J. Stroud at quarterback, no matter who's out there at receiver, if you have a quality running back, and they do have that in Mixon, you can run the ball enough to set up the play-action pass and allow Stroud to really push that ball down the field. This is going. I also like the underplay, Rosa.
Yeah.
This feels like a 17-10 or 14-20 type game.
Did you guys see that Aaron Rodgers says he's found the new fountain of youth?
Great.
No.
Is it cayenne pepper?
Cayenne pepper and water. He's drinking a lot of that.
Okay.
So he's probably been pooping a lot.
So he's probably going to play well.
Lighter on his feet, perhaps. That might be what the stink is. You're getting
That's the smell.
a lot of water and cayenne pepper.
Yeah,
Might be.
Does cayenne pepper
definitely.
give people
I think
gas?
also sometimes you do need to
Cayenne
look
pepper
at,
give people gas?
I
bro,
think it cleans you out.
bruh.
I eat it all the time. So
It does it will wake you up too. There are these shots you can get at I used to take them when I drank, on the weekends. So you go to Whole Foods, you get these little shots. You could buy them in Vegas too. They had them in the convenience stores in the hotel casinos in Vegas.
It's not just cayenne pepper though. It's cayenne pepper and
a bunch of other stuff in it, but cayenne. But there's
citrusy.
there's someone that heavy cayenne pepper. You take, man, it wakes you up and makes
you sweat.
Yeah, cleans you all out. Sometimes I think you need to look at the NFL as also sometimes how we look at basketball and what ultimately the Brooklyn Nets won because Dennis Schroeder was the best player on the court last night. Is he the best player? Would you line him up and take him overall? No. You'd probably take John Jaren first for sure, but Schroeder was the best player on the court. And we go into this game tonight. I think the best offensive player on the field is C.J. Stroud. I think the best defensive player on the field is Will Anderson.
But you're saying we got to pick the third best player?
No, I'm just saying that that's why you would probably also lean in taking the Texans. The third best player would probably be Devontae Adams.
So take the Jets.
Yes, Lang.
Because the Nets, he's saying the third best player is the best
I will
player
tell you
of the game last night.
after they couldn't beat the New England Patriots, I'm not touching the Jets.
This line is stupid.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm taking the Jets. I've already bet the game. I've bet the Jets. And I hate it. I've liked the Texans this season, but this line is dumb. It makes no sense.
The Jets had another stupid line earlier this year, Rob. I can't remember who it was against. I remember we talked about it on the Monday.
Isn't it just because it's a New York team and like people put their money on them?
And the Jets didn't cover that stupid line. Like I don't believe, but and I think that's to your point.
It's the same as like the Cowboys are only a 2.5 point dog to the Falcons this week, and the Cowboys are terrible. Like the Falcons are good. Like it's probably just because a lot of fans of that team have bet the lineup.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm taking the Jets. Buffalo 6-point favorite against Miami. Total of this one is 49. Buffalo 12-1 straight up the last 13 meetings with Miami. They've also covered 5 of the last 7 meetings with Miami. I got a pick on this one.
Oh. Better sit it out.
So I'm going to sit it out.
Like it.
All right, Lang?
Buffalo, Miami. I mean, you remember the last time these two teams played?
Yes.
Was not good for Tua. Miami's just been a mess all year. I'll take the Bills and give me the 6. I mean, I'll spot you the 6 points. I'll take the Bills.
All right, Roser?
I should have made this one of my official picks. We'll make it a free pick to win you thousands of dollars. We're laying the 6 with the Buffalo Bills. They own the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
They own the Dolphins. The Dolphins were not good with Tua. They played a game and a half with him. And guess what? That second game was against when he got hurt. It was against the Buffalo Bills in Miami, and the Bills were kicking the crap out of them already.
Didn't I just say
I'm
that?
laying the 6. I'm looking for an alt line. And I'm looking for an alt line, and I'm getting plus money at 9.5. I'm looking for an alt line, and I'm looking for plus money at 12.5.
Whoa.
I'm looking for an alt line, and I'm looking for plus money at 13.5.
Are you looking for an alt line?
I'm looking for the alt lines on this.
Wow. So you're going plus money. How high will you go?
Oh, I'd take it up to 13.5. Let's see. Let's see what we can get right here. Let's go. Bills,
You also notice
Dolphins.
Mike McDaniel looks more and more like unhinged each week.
What's the best I can do?
Like his haircut gets more extreme. His clothes are like just stranger every week.
He talks a little slower.
Yeah, the glasses are getting weirder. Like he's wearing jewelry. Like I don't know. They sunglasses some weeks. Like it's been a weird cosmetic transformation for him for the last few weeks.
You can get Buffalo minus 13.5 at plus 224. That's as high as I would take it. If you want to go 12.5, you
I
can
would
go
not go that
204.
high.
If you want to go 9.5, minus 9.5 plus 145.
All right. Yeah. I like that. I like the alt line pick. CJ, pick it, park it.
I'll pick it. I'll take the Bills laying the 6 also. It sucks that Tua is what he is right now. They're still trying to figure some things out. The Dolphins are on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they still leave a lot to be desired over there. On the other side, you got Josh Allen out here basically being Superman for his team. Got Amari Cooper out there. I'm interested in that wide receiver quarterback pairing connection because it looks to be really good and really fun to sit down and watch. I'll take the Bills.
All right. And then we got the big NFC North matchup as well with Detroit and Green Bay. Detroit a 3.5-point favorite at Green Bay. Detroit is 12-2 against the spread their last 14 games and 11-3 against the spread against Green Bay. In the last 14 against Green Bay, they're 11-3 against the spread. I like those trends to continue. I think Detroit's the best team in football. I'll take the Lions minus the 3.5 on the road at Lambeau.
Jordan Love is out, correct, or no? Do we know?
I don't know.
Because he had I saw his
he had a
groin
thing.
injury was deemed like not serious, but
He's back at practice.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
so he'll
even
play.
a banged up Jordan Love, I'd take Detroit on that too.
All right.
So.
Roser?
I've got a pick on this.
Oh,
We're going to sit it out.
okay. CJ?
I'll take the Packers laying the points. They're at home. I think while the Lions are a good football team, I think the Packers are another good football team. I can't imagine the Lions beating both the Packers and the Vikings on the road in one season. That would just be something that is like remarkable to me. I think they lose this one. It's close, 4 or 5 points, one possession, but it'll be more than the 3.5.
All right. Let's get to some fish nuggets.
I like nuggets.
For you. We'll start the way we've started the last couple of weeks. Friday night dogs. They're 19-8 against the spread this season. Here are this week's Friday night dogs. Georgia State getting 7.5 at UConn. You remember Georgia State beat Vandy, right? They beat a good Vandy team.
In overtime.
That's right. Florida Atlantic is a 2.5-point home dog to South Florida. And then San Diego State, a 23.5-point dog against Boise State.
All right, hang on. Georgia State, who?
Georgia State, Florida Atlantic, and San Diego State.
Do it for Marshall Faulk. The Aztecs.
Oh, did you have something?
And do it for Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Oh, I
and
thought you had
Jamal
something.
Franklin.
All right, so there are your dogs.
And Steve Fisher.
The Arkansas Razorbacks. We've talked about this game against Ole Miss as they are a dog in this one. They've been a dog the last 10 meetings with Ole Miss. They are 9-1 against the spread and have won 6 outright. They're a 7-point dog on Saturday.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird do you think this game is going to get?
Pretty weird.
Pretty weird. Arkansas Ole Miss get weird.
7.5.
Yeah, I'll go 7.5. Vanderbilt is 16-5 against the spread on the road when the total is between 45.5 and 49.
I love that.
Total at Auburn is 48.5. Vanderbilt 16.5 against the spread in that position.
Let's go commies. We got this.
There you go. I don't think that's what they want to be called.
Well,
Tennessee.
we're calling them.
That's what they get.
They shouldn't be called the Commodores then.
Tennessee has won 36 of the last 39 against Kentucky. They've covered 10 of the last 12 against the Wildcats. They are a 16-point favorite against Kentucky.
Yeah, Florida kicked the crap out of Kentucky, so that's a little concerning.
Yeah.
48-20.
If you're a Kentucky fan, however, Tennessee, their passing offense just has not been.
Hasn't been.
I was going to say
Magic.
hasn't been good. It has just been dreadful. So, like, I don't know if I would trust Tennessee to cover that number right now.
What was the number?
But maybe they fit
16.
16. But maybe coming off the bye, the Vols didn't play last week. Maybe coming off the bye.
Kentucky just feels
And Kentucky can't score.
Yeah.
Maybe a Nico get-right game.
Maybe it's a get-right game for Nico.
I love a
F
get-right
Nico.
game.
Nico don't matter. It's all about that run game for the Vols. As long as they got that dude in
Well,
the
I'm saying
backfield.
Nico's
Is
gonna
it
have
Sampson?
to matter
What's
at
his
some
name?
point.
Yeah, it won't matter in this game. Kentucky's bad. I would take the Vols laying the 16.
Lay the 16, CJ says.
I would look for an alt line, Roser.
Alt line!
Alt line!
Oh! You hear Flamby over there?
Snorlax, damn it!
Thorax?
Snorlax!
Snorlax! Oh.
Flamby.
All right, the one more nugget. This is my favorite nugget of the year, always.
Of the year?
Every year, yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Memphis Tigers have won 13 of their last 16 against bird mascots.
Oh, yes.
All 3 losses have been to Temple. The Tigers are a 7.5-point favorite against the Roadrunners this week.
What is their, because Roadrunners don't fly. What is their record against non-flying?
Wait.
I
Hang
don't
on.
know.
Show that nugget again. The Tigers have won 13 of the last 16 versus bird mascots. All 3 losses have been to Temple. That's not true. That's not true. They lost to UTSA like 2 years
No,
ago.
what's their mascot? It's a
The
roadrunner.
Roadrunners.
They're a
That's
bird.
maybe that's not a bird. That's what
Maybe it's
CJ's
not a
saying.
bird.
Open your third eye,
Well, then
Roser.
why
Maybe
did you
this-
mention the
maybe
bird
this-
mascot
maybe
thing
this-
in there if it's
I
not
think
a bird?
it's a bird.
It's a bird.
All right,
Well, they lost to
then it should
UTSA
be
like
four,
2-3 years ago.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
were up like 21-0.
All right, I'll correct the nugget.
Where did you get the nugget from? You haven't corrected
In my
the
notes.
nugget.
I forgot. I guess here, I'll correct it. Right
The
now.
roadrunner is a bird born to run.
Bird, so it is a bird.
The
Yeah.
greater roadrunner can outrace a human, kill a rattlesnake, and thrive in harsh landscapes of the desert
Do
Southwest.
they fly? They A-town stomp on rattlesnakes. That's how
Yeah,
they eat them.
I thought they
So
used the
110
They
of
just
13.
kick 'em.
I'm sorry. 110 of 13 and
Why
have
doesn't,
won 13 of 17.
why doesn't the Memphis Zoo have a roadrunner?
There
I'd
we
love
go.
to see one of
They're
those.
also known as chaparral birds or chaparral cocks.
Yeah, September 25th,
Of what now?
2021, UTSA
Who's
won
cocks?
31-28.
2021
Chaparral?
UTSA.
Yeah, and September 25th, 2021, UTSA won 31-28.
And UTSA 2021. There you go. I updated it. Sorry. I ruined my.
Oh my gosh, you
greatest
can't
nugget
give-
of
Effective
the year.
nugget.
You can't have,
Rob,
you
it was
can't
still
have
a
fake
tasty nugget.
nugs.
Greatest
I love
nugget of
fake
the year.
nugs.
Ruined. I'm just going to put all my notes away.
Wait till next year.
I'm
We're
going
gonna
to
close up the
double
show.
check this to make sure I'm right. Yeah, I am. I'm right.
Yeah. All right.
About Roadrunners?
It was at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
remember
was.
that. It was 2:30 on ESPNU. Tigers jumped out like 21-0.
Yeah.
And then
Bonus nugget.
Frank Harris.
Bonus nugget. Tigers have won 27 of their last 28 against non-conference opponents at home. The only loss, UTSA. They weren't a conference opponent then in 2021 when they lost that game.
What does Roadrunner rank on your all-time Looney Tune character list?
Doesn't
Pretty
talk.
high.
Doesn't talk. So that hurts.
You don't like the silent cartoons, Tom and Jerry, and
They're okay, but I mean, the ability
Not
to
as
talk
Looney Tunes,
gives you a little bit of a leg up on the other ones, I think.
the pairing of Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner do nothing for you.
Just being able to be verbal in general is probably a good thing.
They do such a good job of conveying the emotion of that moment. Like, there's nothing like Wile E. Coyote with the sign falling off the cliff that's like, oh, well, help, as he plummets down and you get the noise. And
But you have to have the sound effect. Yeah.
the sound effects are good.
As they fall. Yeah.
Meep, meep.
Yeah. Whoa.
See, he talks.
Whoa. Who's
All right.
faster, Roadrunner or Speedy Gonzalez?
Roadrunner.
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Yeah. Because his legs go in a circle
Yeah.
when he gets going. All right, we'll take a break here on the odds couple. We come back, we got free picks.
Great picks.
And a top five. That's next here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, good people. Welcome to the Odds Couple. All right, we got free picks coming up for the weekend. We've already given some free picks already here on the program today. But we're going to start off with things with our top 5 Heisman candidates. That's our top 5 list today. Top 5 Heisman candidates. I'll go ahead and get us started. Number 1 is who should be number 1, and there's no doubt about it. He's the best player in football, period. And it's awards for the best player in football. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's the best player in football, and they're winning too. Travis Hunter is the best player in football. He should be number 1. Number 2, Dylan Gabriel, quarterback of Oregon. Ashton Genty of Boise State. I got it number 3. Shadur Sanders of Colorado at number 4, and Cam Ward at number 5. Ward's a lot higher on people's lists. His numbers just don't stand out a lot. His numbers are very similar to Carson Beck's.
I give him the eye test.
Yeah. But
he makes plays, man.
Yeah.
That dude makes plays.
Yeah.
He's had moments also, and that's a part of this. You got to have the stats. Your team. I push back on you on some of that, Rob. Your team does have to be good. You have to have a good team.
And theirs is good.
You have to have stats. They are. You have to have stats there being Colorado,
Yeah.
right? You have to have good team, the stats, and you have to give us a moment. And I feel like Cam Ward has given us a couple of moments. Thinking about the the first game of the year against Florida. That was a moment. Some of those passes will live on in like college football lore. And then the big moment, Cal being down all those points in the fourth quarter, leading that comeback.
I saw a lot of points against Louisville that game.
Yeah, that's why I think people have him higher on their list than fifth. But I understand why you got him down there. Not a bad list.
Lang?
All right,
he's too nice. Your list sucked.
What?
Well, mine's perfect. My list is perfect.
I can smell it from over here. It's so
That's not him. That's the cayenne pepper.
Ashton Jeanty's the best player I've seen in college football this year. You just look up his highlights. He's unbelievable watching him play. I'll go Dylan Gabriel 2, Travis Hunter 3 because they've lost twice and they're kind of, he's a DB and a receiver. Like he doesn't have the ball in his hands as much as these other guys. I did Cam Ward 4th, and then I only did Carson Beck 5th because I started thinking about this. Are there no SEC players like in the running for this thing at all?
Yeah.
So if anything, I would actually like to change this pick from Carson Beck to Diego Pavia.
No.
Like who's meant more for his team than Pavia has for that Vanderbilt team? And I want to have somebody from the SEC on my list. So,
you got to have somebody.
But the other thing with Cam Ward, like he aggressively tries not to make highlight plays when you watch him. His whole thing is he just tries to be like real cool in the pocket, and if he doesn't have to run, he doesn't run. So it sort of works against him in this situation. But anyway, that's my
Did you get better today? Did you get better today?
I did.
Did you get better today? I got better today.
Yeah.
That's the great Cam Ward at a camp during the offseason like a year or two ago talking to Shedeur Sanders. He's getting on to Shedeur. Shedeur was messing around. And Cam Ward said, you didn't get better today. I got better today. And that's what we're out here to do is to get better. Love his leadership. Cam Ward's number one for
his
me.
leadership.
Miami is not good without him. And Miami right now is a top 10 team because of him. The quarterback makes all the difference in the world. I think if Cam Ward was at Florida State, I think you'd be looking at Florida State being there in the top 25 rankings and top 15 team in the country if they had Cam Ward instead of Ungialela.
Because of leadership?
Who's out for like the season pretty much. Ashton Jeanty, number 2. I mean, look, he's awesome. He probably should win it, but like I just don't think I don't know if they're going to give it to a Boise State running back. They could though if Miami loses. I don't know. They could give it to him. Travis Hunter, number 3. Probably if you lined up all the players in the country and you said who do you want, he's probably getting picked number 1. I'm going to go Shedeur Sanders, number 4. I think those two are the reason Colorado is good. Are Sanders and Hunter. Shedeur Sanders is going to be, I would bet, he's going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. It's going to be a team that needs a quarterback. It's going to be the Carolina Panthers or the Tennessee Titans, and Shedeur Sanders will be the number 1 pick. And I'm going to go Ryan Williams, number 5.
Did you hear that Ryan Williams is 17 years old?
17 years old.
Have you heard that?
17
he's
years
17.
old.
He should be in high school.
I just heard it the other day. Apparently, he's 17 years old.
Also, did you know Brock Osweiler 6'7"?
No.
Yeah, Brock Osweiler also 6'7". Ryan Williams, number 5. Just to be different, I know nobody else is going to have him, but like I feel like I watch the kid every weekend. He makes one play where I'm like, holy crap.
All right, CJ.
If you lead the nation in rushing yards per game, all-purpose yards and yards from scrimmage, while being second in the nation in rushing touchdowns, I'll put you 1 most of the year. So give me Jeanty at 1. Travis Hunter, 9 passes defended. That's 6th most in the nation. 7 pass breakups. That's 6th most in the nation. He leads the Big 12 in receiving touchdowns with 8 and receptions with 60. The 8 touchdowns is 4th most in the nation receiving. The 60 receptions is 6th most in the nation. He's a really good receiver and a really good defensive back. If he was just one of those things, he wouldn't be on this list, but he's both of them. Absolutely, he's going to be on the list. For me, Cam Ward, mostly because of the Heisman moments that he's given us. I'll go with Bryson Daly of Army. 19 rushing touchdowns, leads the nation, 4th in the nation in rushing yards per game, 11th in the nation in total rushing yards, and he's playing for Army, and Army is undefeated and knocking on the door of the CFB, right? Like that's special right there. And speaking of people doing special things at the quarterback position at places we don't typically think of, give me Curtis Rourke. He's Indiana's quarterback. Indiana 8-0 on the season so far. He leads the nation in passer rating at 188.7, second in the nation in completion percentage at just under 75%. And he is somebody who pops off the screen at you when you watch him play. I want to reward that. If you're a good quarterback in Indiana, we don't get a whole lot of those. I want to reward him and the season that he's having, both Daly and Rourke.
All right, there you go. Our top 5 Heisman candidates, our top 5 list this week. All right, it's time for our picks now for this week. It's time for our picks. I'm going to tell you that chalk talks this week. I am all chalk, but I'm going with the automatics. Army minus 23 against Air Force. Army's 8-1 against the spread their last 9. Air Force 1-11 against the spread their last 12. Indiana minus the 7.5 against Michigan State. Indiana 7-0 against the spread their last 7. 5-1 against the spread on the road. Navy minus 11.5. They're 10-2 against the spread their last 12 on the road. 5-1 against the spread their last 6. Bills automatic against the Dolphins. Dolphins 1-9 against the spread their last 10 games. Bills minus the 6. And then the Commanders minus the 3.5 of the Giants. Washington 6-0-1 against the spread in their last 7. I'm going with favorites, but I'm going with favorites that just continue to cover every single week. I can't believe Navy's only 11.5 at Rice. That's it's borderline stupid. But I'll still
surprised you didn't take Rice.
I'll still go with Navy. Lang?
I've gone 8-2 the last 2 weeks just by playing the hits, which is, I see you've learned the lesson this week.
Playing the hits.
Playing the hits. I'm playing the hits again. So Indiana, take them. Vandy, you give me points, I'll take them. Army, I'll take them. Ohio State, Penn State, I told you I've been watching all the Will Howard stuff. Drew Aller's banged up. James Franklin never wins that big game, and I think it continues this week. I mean, neither does Ryan Day, I guess, but I'll still take Ohio State to win this one on the road. And then Falcons-Cowboys. The Falcons are like 2 plays away from being 7-1 right now. They're still first place in the conference or division, 5-3 overall. The Cowboys stink, so I'll take the Falcons in this one and have Kirk Cousins putting up some big numbers. Falcons -3 against the Cowboys. CJ?
Yeah, I think I figured out the same thing you guys have figured out. Go with the teams who are playing well, no matter who they are. So let's start with Army. Air Force is the only team that's winless against the spread in the nation this year.
Wow.
So, yeah, also they're a bottom 20 rush defense team. I know you know this not. Army wants to run the football. Army leads the nation in rushing yards. They'll run all over Air Force. Also, somebody from Army broke into the Air Force Academy Stadium, and it says Air Force in the stands. They put a CH in front, so it's Chair Force in the stands, which is pretty. That's grade A stuff right there. Indiana, one of 2 teams in the nation with 7 wins against the spread, so give me them. Weird stuff happens in that Arkansas-Ole Miss game. You brought it up, Rob or Rosa. I can't remember which one of you brought up. The struggles Ole Miss has in Fayetteville. I will take Arkansas plus the points. The Commanders, one of the best covering teams in the NFL, covering at just over 85%, if I remember correctly. Second best in the NFL right now. So give me the Commanders laying the 3. I thought it was at 4. Give me the Commanders laying the 3.5 though against the Giants. I'm done with the Giants. They're not good at all.
No.
Ravens and the Broncos. Give me the over there, over the 45.5. The Ravens. Let me make sure I have this right. Looking at the notebook. Yep. 7 of 8 of the Ravens games team totals have gone over. So give me the over the 45.5 there in that contest.
All right, Roser.
Fish.
Yep. You got picks?
I always got picks. We're going to take Arkansas plus the 7. It's a history thing.
All right.
History says take Arkansas. Yeah, it's a little burp. History says take Arkansas plus. Ole Miss has Georgia on deck next week.
Yeah.
We're going to take Ohio State minus the 3 against Penn State. I mean, I just don't think Penn State's very good. They're good, but I don't know. I don't trust them, and I do the Will Howard stuff. Jeremiah Smith, freshman wide receiver for Ohio State, best player on the field this weekend. This is where we're going to go with the team that just has been kicking the crap out of just about everybody. We're going to take Clemson. By the way, this is -10 now. It's in Death Valley in Clemson against Louisville. We're going to take Clemson, and then we're going to go Clemson team total over 37.5 points. Anytime Louisville has played anybody that has somewhat of a pulse offensively, I mean, they get points hung up on them.
Yep.
SMU put up 34 on them in Louisville. Miami put up 52 on them. Boston College even scored 27 against them. Notre Dame scored 31. Clemson has been putting up points on everybody in the ACC. They've just been doing it to everyone. So we're going to take Clemson there. And then Jordan Love freaks me out because this dude will throw about 4 passes a game where you're like, what in the hell are you doing? And Detroit can't intercept the ball. But I like the spot for the Packers at home getting 3 plus the hook. It seems crazy to go against the Lions, but it's like, can they possibly keep playing this well every week? I think it slows down a little bit. So I'll take the Packers at home with the point.
I just noticed the picture of Roser on the Roser's Wagers.
Yeah,
you know that
that's an old picture.
Somehow you look both older and younger in that photo.
Yeah, Benjamin Button and Joe Biden all in one.
Benjamin
Here's
Biden.
the thing.
Benjamin Biden.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's Dana Carvey doing Joe Biden on SNL.
Yeah,
it's
good.
amazing.
All right, anybody got free picks?
Always have free
I gave
picks.
you about 12, apparently.
You gave them during the show.
My picks are now all free picks.
I gave free picks during the show, too.
Texans plus the 1 tonight. Also, take the Texans to win first half. I got that at plus 105 Texas money line in the first half.
I'm taking Joe Mixon to get a touchdown tonight. As Roser was talking about earlier, I think a lot of Joe Mixon tonight. So have him penciled in for a touchdown. College football tonight, Charlotte and Tulane over 54.5.
Whoa.
Yeah? Charlotte, Tulane over
Tulane.
54.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's the number?
54.5.
Oh, I thought you said 34.5.
No,
I was my God.
54.5. Charlotte, Tulane over. And we're going to take the Predators tonight in 60 minutes over the Edmonton Oilers. 3-way bet. Predators in 60 minutes over the Oilers. You'll get like plus 120 there.
They've been struggling.
And they're playing at home, though. So are the Oilers. So that one will be going on tonight as well. So free hockey pick for you for the Pucks. All right. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Good work, y'all.
I like the under.
All right.
For what?
In the Texans-Jets, under 42.5. Parlay that with the Joe Mixon anytime touchdown, you get plus 325.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Yep.
All right, that's going to do it for us today here on the Odds Couple. Best of luck, everyone, to your bets this weekend, starting tonight with the National Football League, going through Sunday. We'll be back with you on Monday with another edition of the Odds Couple at 2 o'clock, live here on Grind City Media. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us today here on the Odds Couple. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you Monday at 2 here on the Odds Couple.